we have our final trainer for this evening. And, many of you are involved in social media. And as Jason referenced, the best thing is always to get somebody to the phone. We don't send them to our website. We don't send them a text to try to explain the program. I want to have a phone conversation with somebody so that I can do what Jason said. I can awaken intrinsic motivation. I can help awaken and find out what it is, what their desires are. And as you know, you're going to have a lot of people that are contacting you via social media. They might be liking some of your posts or commenting on some of your posts. There's a very specific way that you can process those requests and those posts and those likes. And I'm excited to have my health coach and the absolute master of this strategy on getting somebody from social media, from Facebook to the phone to be able to share the program. Eric Hunsberger, the guy that I owe my life to for introducing me to this program and the coaching opportunity. Eric, are you there? Oh, hang on. Sorry, I meant to unmute him, and there we go. I put his hand down. There we go. Hey, Eric, sorry, man. Take it away, buddy.
Awesome, man! What great content tonight, Dan. This is amazing. If you're not taking notes, I am. This you can never not. I like taking them in red because it really stands out to me, and I can put them up by my computer and use them all week. But the best thing you can do as a coach is take notes like this. And what's awesome too is everything that they're talking about, everything that Jason just did. If you're a new coach, it's all available to you. So it's all available to you. And Dan talked about that email. Well, what I want to talk about is how to go from Facebook to the phone and beyond. And so how you take somebody from being a potential person that you can help that maybe reached out to you on Facebook, and how to take them right to the phone and then become a client. It's actually very easy. There's nothing scary about it. And so, Dan, I'm going to share my screen here real quick and just share a couple things I have here that I think will display it better than just looking at me talking the whole time. So let me share my screen here with you. If you can see that, raise your hand real quick. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Dan. That's who I can see here in my window. So social media disclaimer. Let me give you a disclaimer before we start this, okay? And it's not some legalese. It's just a disclaimer that I know I've experienced in my business, and I know many others too, is one major key for your business is social media. But don't fall trapped to Facebook or any kind of social media being your business builder. See, Facebook's, it's just a layering tool. It's just a way to sprinkle. It's a consistency of sharing your life tool. If you rely on this alone, it will not really build a good foundation for your business. And even more so, I've seen people try to just use Facebook to share with people and acquire clients. And it's actually a proven fact. What you're trying to build will go away, because one of the basic things is sharing with people on the phone or in person. That is the basic thing. Facebook is just a layering tool. So if you understand that as a new coach, and even as a coach that's already out there, if you understand that, realize, check yourself, are you just using Facebook? So move beyond that. So Facebook to the phone and beyond. And let's go into that real quick. Can everybody see what I went to the wrong screen there. I'm sorry, having a little bit of a problem here. Let me go to the right screen real quick. Just a second. It would have been good if I would have shared the right screen there. Okay, here we go. Play from current slide. There we go. Better. So go Facebook to the phone and beyond. And so the question you want to ask yourself is this right here. What percentage do you like on Facebook posts, and what percentage do you comment? Real quick, think about that. Write that down on a piece of paper. Do you like things more than you comment on them? What I've discovered is most people, and I've talked to a lot of health coaches, just hundreds and hundreds of them, and asked them this question. Most people like posts more than they comment on them. And so if most people like posts more than comment on them, then remember this, 80% of the people that are interacting with what you do on Facebook are liking more than they're commenting. So the two things you're going to use in reaching people are the likes and the comments. And tonight we're going to show you real quickly how to do that. So remember, on Facebook, you're going out and chatting and talking and thanking. You're about loving and inspiring people and creating people to want to be a part of your life, creating a healthy life and showing people how you're living it out loud. You actually want to be social on social media. So if you just post something, that's not being social. Being social is living your life out loud in a social environment, and that's why it's called social media. So don't wait for Facebook responses to come to you when you post something. When you post something, that's the beginning of it happening. That's just the very first step. Once you post something, then you interact with the people that are interacting with it, the likes and the comments, and that's what's going to generate people wanting to be a part of what you're doing. So that's what's going to generate it. So, I don't know if you're someone like I was at the very beginning, when I was working with Tia on Facebook, at the very beginning as a coach, I said, I don't know what to say or post. I'm not sure how to word it. She said, well, just copy what I'm doing. I said, hello, copy what you're doing. All my friends are going to see that I'm just posting what you're doing. She goes, Eric, Facebook doesn't work that way. Actually, we have just a very few people in common, and actually more people are going to see what you're posting than what I'm posting, and they're not even going to notice that. They're not even going to notice we're posting because that's not how Facebook works. So when you post something, realize you can ask your coach to help you find that content, and ask your coach who to follow on Facebook. What other coaches are great to follow for content that are really living their life out loud and not trying to sell something, because that's not what we're trying to do. So my first response to somebody, if somebody personal messages me about Facebook, now you're going to think I'm going a little backwards here, but I'm not. I want to start with a personal message on Facebook. When somebody personal messages you, here is exactly what you can say. Just exactly what you can say. Actually, this is what I say almost every time, 99% of the time. And I didn't create this. Actually, Doug Wood, maybe he created it. I don't know. We all use it, and it works. Hey, Dan, so good to hear from you. I'm honored that you trusted to reach out to me. What's the best number and ideal time to reach you today? I'm excited to listen to your goals and see if what I coach is a match for your goals. Now, and here's another one. Hey, Jason, because I see you here on my screen, Jason. Good to hear from you. I'm honored that you trusted to reach out to me. Sounds like you're looking for something that will assist you to reach your goals and health, because that person may have said, hey, I really need help. I want to lose weight. So then what's the best number and ideal time to reach you today? I'm excited to listen to what you want and to see if what we coach is a match for you. Now you see, I'm immediately asking for their phone number. I'm immediately asking to take them to the phone. I am not explaining or asking what they want, or trying to find their why or where they're going or anything like that on Facebook. I don't ask any of those questions. I want to get them on the phone. And if somebody doesn't want to get on the phone with me, then they're not ready. And I'll actually wait for them. Or I'll go even farther, and if I don't see that they respond to me or want to get on the phone with me, then I'll see if I have their email address. I'll see if I have their phone number, and I'll text message them, or I might call them up a couple days later. Hey, I saw your response. I don't know if you saw the message I sent you on Facebook. Or I might connect with them on Twitter or on Instagram, or find out what their best way is. Remember, you can see if a person has seen your response on Facebook. So maybe they didn't see it yet. Maybe you're still waiting. So what would I follow it up with? Well, something real simple, and after that. But now what if they ask me, hey, can you send me a website? Tell me your website, or can you send me information? Here's what I say 99% of the time. I say this 100% of the time, I really do. I don't have much to send, but if you would like to hear how I lost over 100 pounds, what I did, and the team of free health coaches to assist me, I would be glad to give you access to that kind of support. Is there a time you would like to chat with me on the phone? See, I go right back to that. And I'm really letting them know, because see, here's the thing, I'm that professional health coach. They are not. So Corey and Corey talked about earlier, they're going to reach out to us. We want to. One note I took was we want to get them on the phone to be a detective with them, to discover what they want, what they need in their life. You can't do that on Facebook Messenger at all. Like the Partlow said, you want to live your life out loud day one. And so really you can't do that on Facebook Messenger. You need to get them on the phone. So what happens when my wife's second response is something just like this, a little bit shorter than mine? And usually shorter is better on Facebook. It's best to hear by phone what you want, and then I can match a program to fit your goals. Isn't that so simple? That's really simple, isn't it? Now, you say, Eric, how do you remember all these things? I don't remember a single one of them. I've just done them so much that now I can say them. I have them copied in my notes on my phone, on my computer, on my desktop. I had them right where my folder is, where I work with pre-clients. I have them written right in there. I have them all over the place until I get them down. And I actually use this again and again. And this is one I've seen. I know Dan uses this, and it's so awesome. I use it too. If no number is given or any response yet, I just text back this: hey, you still okay? Did you get my message here on Facebook? And you'd be amazed how many people go, hey, I'm so sorry. I forgot. I didn't get back to you. Yeah, I still want to talk. Don't assume they're shutting down on you. Always assume the best. You don't know what's going on in their life. And so then remember about the likes. Remember how we discovered real quick a minute ago that probably 80% of most people's interactions are liking them? Well, that's why we do what we call thanking the likes. We capitalize on that 80% of interaction, not just the commenting, but the 80% of interaction, which is the likes. We comment on that. And how do you do that? Well, my typical response, and most of the coaches on here, their typical response is real simple. It's something like this. In fact, I almost do this every single time. I'm trying to remember a time I didn't. I think I might not have done this just the other day. But what I do is right here. When I see on that picture on the Facebook post, all the people that liked it, I go to that comment, I click on the likes, and you can actually click and see all their names. Then I start going through them, and I say, thanks, Michelle, for the like on my Facebook picture. Means a lot to me. Or I may say this: thanks, Michelle, for the like on my Facebook picture of me losing over 100 pounds. It means so much to me that you care. Oh, let me tell you, will that ever start some conversations? Will that ever? And all I can say is, before you post your Facebook post for the first time, if you're a new coach, of your journey, don't wait till the end. Post your journey. Your journey is more powerful than the end. No, people don't believe they can get to the end. They believe they can do the journey with you. So post the journey as you're going. When you do that, make sure when you're posting, you're going to be available. You're going to be available to respond to all these people. And so don't post it, right the moment before you go to work. Post it when you're going to be able to. So then the next thing is thanks, Michelle, for the like on my Facebook picture. It means so much to me. What's exciting in your life? Now, when I post other people's journeys, I use something like this. Thanks, Michelle, for the like on my Facebook picture about John's health journey. I know it means a lot to him that you liked it. Thanks for celebrating his success with me today. And I always get, oh, you're so welcome. It really inspired me. Oh, really? What inspired you the most about it? Yeah, I just don't stop there. I just ask another question is all I do. I just keep asking questions on there. And so then thanking the like, if you want to take it to another level, thanking the likes on any of your posts, not just the ones you do on health, on posts about your kids. One time I did this video of me slamming my face into the ground with me. Some of you have probably seen it, where I scarred up my whole face. I mean, it was so embarrassing, but it was the funniest thing ever. And I did that, and I had so many people like that I went through and I thanked them all. I thanked all of them. Thanks so much for my picture. Isn't this the funniest thing ever? Thanks for enjoying my life with me. I had people that became clients from that dumb post. People became clients from it, and they simply said, wow, Eric, by the way, man, I love everything you post. See, I branded myself. I branded myself as inspiration, living my life out loud, and that you want to know what's going on. That's what I've branded myself at. I haven't branded myself as a political statement, all scripture, even though I'm a minister and I do post that, just down and out things. Or I haven't branded myself as one of those people that just shares everybody else's stuff and you just hit share all the time. Actually, very few people see that stuff. I didn't brand myself as that. At least they didn't say, thank you for sharing so many people's others things all the time. I've never got that. I've always got, thank you for what you contribute to Facebook. You've got to give in Facebook in order to help people come your way and be able to help somebody. So why use these responses? Why thank the likes? Why message people? Why post things? Well, you may say, I feel like they will think I'm fake or I'm not real or I'm not being me. Maybe you're thinking, I like catering it to each person with a personal and unique response. Well, I thought that too. And I used to cater every response to every person. Oh my gosh, talk about some work. Woo! No, I could never go beyond senior coach. No, I could never go ED or beyond. No, because I was trying to cater it every time. And then also, here's what happens. What if the meal replacement was like this? What if the 5-in-1 was, here's the meals, eat something healthy, do it. Hey, Jason, you know what, Jason? Just do 4 meals instead. You don't need to do 5. Go for it. Let me cater it to you. Dan, you know what, Dan? Eat all the chocolate you want. Let's just cater it. What if it was like that? Well, you would get modified results. You get modified results. It works the same way with social media. It works the same way. If you customize the response, you're going to get modified results. Your results are going to be going like this. All the time, different all the time, because you're using different responses all the time. And you don't know which one's ever working and which ones aren't working. So you actually, if you use the same type of response, you will actually get better results every time and more consistent. It works the same way as a 5-in-1. I know it sounds crazy, but it really does. So don't personalize your response if you cannot. You might tweak it a little bit, but remember, these have been proven. And like Tasha said, don't trust, just do. That's one of the things that Dan Valentine did and Megan did so well was they just did it. Like the Partlow said, live your life, out loud like that. So, and another thing that you want to do, if you really want to take your Facebook to the next level, maybe this is extra credit, Dan. This is extra credit. Who likes extra credit? Man, I lived off of extra credit in high school. Let me tell you what, I lived off of it. So here's some extra credit, was friend requests. Every time I get a friend request that is not a health coach, I even do it to health coaches sometimes, but every time I get a friend request that's not a health coach, I personal message them and I say, thanks for friending me. Means a lot. What's exciting in your life these days? And then the next thing I do when somebody accepts my friend request, you say, well, Eric, how do you see all this? You see it in the news feed. You can see when people do that. And also, if you go up to the little people icon, the little 2 people like that, I don't know why it's not like 10 people. It's only 2 people. I don't just have 2 friends. I got like tens of them. I wish it would show up all my friends back there. Then it would be like people and people would be like looking in a mirror. Well, if you click on that, you'll actually see friends you've accepted and friends that have accepted your friend request. So when somebody accepts my friend request, I say, thanks so much for taking time to accept me as your newest friend on Facebook. Isn't that cool? Your newest friend. Yeah, right. Your newest friend on Facebook. It means a lot to me. What's exciting in your life these days? Sometimes I say this, God, isn't this Facebook thing crazy? Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're friends on Facebook. What's exciting in your life these days? Because see, everyone always says, how's it going? Well, let me tell you what, you're setting yourself up for hearing a bunch of stuff you're not even going to care about. They're just going to say negative. And they'll say, well, here's what's exciting in my life. And it may be one thing. They may say nothing and go, God, you know what's exciting in my life? I've lost 100 pounds. I'm feeling amazing. My wife and I are having the best fun ever. Geez, what are you doing for a job lately? I just go on from there. So last thing, you may ask, does this work? Does this work? Where Dan, I remember you. I remember Dan, and you've heard this from many health coaches. I know all the health coaches on here have. Well, does it work? Well, I want to encourage you. How many of you remember if you did this? If you came as a client? Now, I didn't come as a client through Facebook. My health coach actually reached out to me at a birthday party and said, Eric, I found something that really works for me. I think it might be a good fit for you too. Would you like to hear about it? That's how my health coach reached me. I didn't even want to talk to him. I wasn't even looking for something. And he did that. So Facebook is the same thing. What if you can message someone tonight and say, hey, just thinking about you. How's your life going these days? What if you did that to 100 people? How many people could you reach like my coach reached me in person? I'm telling you, it's the same thing. You may not believe it. So does this work? Does thanking the likes work? Well, does messaging people on Facebook work? Does using that kind of response work every time? Well, I think it does. I think it's proven. I think this works every time. Back on 3/16/2014, somebody messaged me right here on this call, Dan Valentine. He messaged me. You know what I mean? And I said, so good to hear from you. I'm honored that you trusted to reach out to me. This is my actual message from Facebook. What's the best number and ideal time to reach you today? I'm excited to listen to your goals and see if what we coach is a match for your goals. So Dan, there's so many coaches on there, hundreds of people. You know who used this? Doug Wood used this too. Tia used this. A lot of us are here because of a Facebook message response just like this. Look at Dan. Look, let's hook up tomorrow. I'm pretty open in the afternoon. And maybe that was a Sunday. Actually, 3/15 is my birthday. So it was the day after my birthday. And guys, I challenge you to go back if you came by Facebook and look at how you came. Look at how you came as a client. Did somebody message you back with that same thing you've just forgot? I bet they did. I bet they did. So it works, guys, to message like this. And I encourage you this will keep it so simple in your life. Now, if somebody messages you in the comments, what you want to do real simply is a real simple statement. It's real simple. And I know Dan does this, and it's very simple for him too. And I know Jason does, many of the coaches on here, is you just say this. I just personal messaged you about it. Don't say, I just personal messaged you information. Don't say, I just personal messaged you. And you know what you'll get? Other people messaging you that saw that you messaged somebody. You said it. And make sure you tag them on that. So I just personal messaged you, Dan Valentine, and it hyperlink it. So then they see you sent that to them. So, and then if you really want to have a fun on any one of your Facebook messages from the past right now that you've done, go back on them and real quickly, you're going to laugh, real quickly post on there, I just sent you information. Just post that on a Facebook post that you've done that maybe you've had a few comments and a bunch of likes. Go back on there and just post that. All the people that liked it and that commented will see that. And I bet one of them will message you back and say, hey, can you tell me about it too? On an old message. I go back and do that on old messages. And people see that and they connect with me. So Dan, doesn't this work, Dan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Eric, you just showed the actual message. I literally wouldn't be here. And many of you on the line wouldn't be here if Eric hadn't been active on social media the way that he just showed you how. And then I'll take it a step further. Every single thing that you just saw that he recommended you do, he taught me when I was a brand new coach. And I did like Tasha said. I not just trusted and believed, but I did it, followed it exactly. I had some of my own concepts where I thought, I don't know, what are people going to think of me, this and that. And you know what, can I tell you from somebody who is impacted by somebody like Eric doing this? I am so glad that he didn't let his fear of what people would think keep him from getting out there. Because you know what? My girls have a new dad now. My wife has a new husband. And who's out there that needs you to get out of your own way, to get rid of those concepts? This is not about selling stuff. This is not about building a business. This is about changing lives. And if there's one thing you could hear on this call tonight, and maybe that's the reason you're here, it's that. There's been a lot of great tips, and we are out of time, so I would love to keep going, but I'm not going to. I'm going to resist the urge. Eric got me all fired up here. Eric, thank you. That information was gold, man. Absolutely incredible.